Hello everyone, I'm Daryl David here at PAP Party HQ. And as you all know, PAP launched its manifesto, Our Lives, Our Jobs, Our Future, yesterday. And today, what we thought we'd do was to gather at our Party HQ a panel of some of our party leaders to discuss the themes of the manifesto, talk a bit about what went into the making of the manifesto, and also, crucially, to talk about how the manifesto's themes relate to the concerns of our Singaporeans today. Now, today we are living in rather unique times, of course. So, as you can see, we're going to be actually arranging for our party leaders to be in different panels, in different rooms, to make sure that everybody is kept at a safe distance from each other. So, let me just quickly run through our different panels at this point in time. In panel 2, we have on your screen right now our comrades Chun Seng, Josephine, Jiming, and Ishwaran. And then we're going to go into room 3, where we are comrades Ikang, Desmond, Grace, Masagos, and Chuanjin. Hope everyone is hearing us loud and clear. Now, moving back to our first room, or the first panel that we were in just now, we have on our panel our comrades Indrani, Lawrence, Vivian, and of course our first Assistant Secretary General of 1ASG, Heng Swee Kiat. So at this point in time, I would like to maybe invite 1ASG Heng to begin this session with some comments on our manifesto. 1ASG?
My fellow Singaporeans, thank you for joining us for this session on the making of our manifesto. Now, for several years now, the team of 4G leaders have been working very closely together, deliberating on a range of issues, both immediate issues that require immediate action, as well as longer-term challenges and opportunities facing Singapore. Now, the world is undergoing tremendous changes in the coming years. It will be a different world in the next 5 to 10 years because of the accelerating changes which are happening. Now, since the beginning of this year, COVID-19 has plunged the world into a period of profound uncertainty. This is a crisis on many fronts: healthcare, economy, and our society. Now, we cannot take the future for granted. The PAP manifesto reflects the urgency and gravity of the situation. We must overcome the immediate challenges posed by COVID-19, and we must aim to emerge stronger. How we respond together as a nation will shape our future, not just in the next 3 to 6 months, but for the next 5 to 10 years. It will have significant effects on our lives, our jobs, and our future, and the future of our children. I'll now turn to Indrani to say a few words.
The manifesto tells you who the party is, the values that we stand for, the plans we have for you, and what it means for you if you vote the PAP in. That's what the manifesto does. And this manifesto, Our Lives, Our Jobs, Our Future, is a people's manifesto. Because every single idea, every single plan, every single thought that went into this was developed drawing on your feedback, your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams, and also what was of urgency and importance. And now, maybe I could invite Lawrence to say something.
Thanks very much, Indrani. I think you have given an excellent overview of what the manifesto contains, and I will like to touch on 2 aspects of it, on our lives and our future. When it comes to our lives, we are focused on the immediate concerns of continuing this fight against COVID-19, because the fight is ongoing and there is still a long road ahead of us. And we are doing everything we can to save lives and to keep everyone safe. That's why we have significantly expanded our healthcare capacity to cope with any future waves of infection. Our aim is to ensure that we have sufficient healthcare capacity, that it will never be overwhelmed, and we will be able to ensure that every patient gets the care they need. Of course, We don't want to use the reserve capacity. We have that in place. We don't want to use it. And in order not to use it, all of us must continue to do our part to control the infection and keep it from spreading. And that's also why we have significantly scaled up our testing and tracing regime. I shared earlier that we are now able to conduct about 13,000 tests a day. By next month, we will bring it up to 20,000 tests a day, and we are on track to getting to our target of 40,000. Now, the PAP is always thinking about how to build a better tomorrow, how we can build a better city, not just for ourselves, but for our future generation to benefit. We have many projects in the pipeline. We've got our Changi T5, we've got our Tuas Megaport, we've got Jurong Lake District, our Punggol Digital District, new MRT lines. We've got many green and sustainable projects which Masagos will share later. COVID-19 will slow down these projects, but I assure you that we will get all of them done. So these are adjustments we will make to our plans. Together, we want to build a future city that is more resilient and more sustainable. And we will work with all Singaporeans to build a better home for ourselves and our children.
Thank you, Comrade Lawrence. We've also been looking at comments and feedbacks on our Facebook and Instagram pages, and one of this is something that I would like to put actually to Comrade Vivian right now about we know about COVID-19 and the impact that it's had on Singapore, but how has this made things more challenging for Singapore in terms of our global relations?
Well, I shall speak very frankly. We are living in a more dangerous, divided, and disrupted world. COVID-19 has worsened the already tense relationship between China and the United States. That's first. Second, the pushback against globalization, the fracturing of global supply chains, and the impact of that on global trade will have significant impact on Singapore. The third point is that regional flare-ups, whether it's South China Sea or even on the border between India and China, all these regional flashpoints can flare up unpredictably and in fact probably more likely in this time when the world is divided and distracted. So this is a time when we in Singapore need to be acutely aware of what's happening around us. We need to be united. We need to be determined to defend what is ours. We need to be able to stand our ground. Sometimes we will have to say no to powers big and small, far and near. And most importantly, our city-state will have to continue to seek relevance, to seek space, and to find our role in a post-COVID world, which I think will be a much tougher world.
Thank you, Comrade Vivian. Actually, that brings us quite nicely to the next topic, which are the economic plans, because, of course, global relations have an impact on international trade relations as well. And for that, we want to shift the focus to our second panel in our second room and invite Comrade Chun Seng to perhaps lead us in a discussion on two chapters or two parts of our manifesto, which is transforming and growing our economy together and creating jobs and acquiring skills together. Could I ask Chun Seng to please lead us off in a discussion on these two areas?
Thank you, Daryl. In fact, I will just take off from where Vivian, Lawrence, and Indrani has left off. With me, actually, this is the team together with Yikang that's closely looking at jobs, whether is it the immediate challenges or whether is it the long-term challenges. We want to make sure that we continue to build the infrastructure, the connectivity that will make us one of the most attractive business hubs in this region, if not in the world. So that businesses want to put their investments here and create jobs for our people. That's the first order of business that we must always do. Now, even in the current difficult moments, we must still do that. And while the challenges are different, the way we work as a team has never changed. Iswaran and myself are always the one looking out and see where can we attract the next investment, local and overseas. Joe and Chiming will be the one looking at how do they match the jobs being created with the skills required, and together with Ikang, how do we structure and organize ourselves so that we train our people with the necessary skill set to fill those jobs available. So the challenges are different, but the way we work as a team has not changed. Now, notwithstanding all the challenges, I think we can be confident because, as Lawrence alluded to, we have the financial means to keep investing in our infrastructure, our connectivity, and most importantly, our people. Now, this is not something that everyone can do. On top of that, we are always trusted, stable, and this is where we need the support of our people to show the world that amidst all these challenges, that Singapore remains united and cohesive, and because of that, we will give our investors a good place to plan their investments and create the jobs for our fellow Singaporeans.
Thanks, Chin Seng. Where are the jobs? There are tech-heavy jobs, for example, in data analytics, artificial intelligence, and also in cybersecurity, because we are creating a much bigger digital space within which we need to secure our position from a cyber point of view. But there are also tech-light jobs, and those jobs are complements to the tech-heavy jobs, and together we can create significant new job opportunities and career opportunities for Singaporeans. And it's for fresh graduates right through to mid-career professionals. I think we can create a whole spectrum. And this is where we need to work with all our partners, the tripartite partners, and Joe and Chi Ming will be able to say much more about this. Joe?
Thank you very much, Iswaran. Now, there is one particular group that we are concerned about, and these are the middle-aged members of our workforce. They have experience, they are a hardy generation, they want to contribute many more years, and be active in the various occupations and industries. One question that they ask is whether they can really adapt to new technology. And for some, even language may be a concern for them. So let me address them in Mandarin. 一般来说呢，中年人士，他们因为家庭负担比较重，会更加担心这个就业保障的问题。这个呢，我们的团队呢充分理解。因此，在工作方面，我们帮助的对象，中年人士是重中之重。那么，我们会从3方面下手来帮助他们。第一呢，是尽量避免中年人士被企业裁退。我们该怎么做呢？企业在这段时间呢，他们的成本压力很大，因此我们可以利用生意并不是很好的这段时间，帮助这个企业和工会一起配合，来让员工去进行培训。那么培训的这个过程当中呢，政府可以提供培训津贴，来减轻这个企业的成本压力，同时又可以帮我们的工友学习新的这个技能，这是第一可以做的事情。第二方面呢，如果真的没有办法避免这些员工中年人士被裁退，我们要尽快的帮助他们找到一份工作。但是呢，在这个年头，要找到新的工作并不容易，因此我们已经大力的在各行各业推动为中年人士提供培训的这个机会。这些培训机会非常重要，因为它能够帮助我们尽量不要让中年人士的技能被流失，同时可以提升他们的技能，让他们在经济复苏的时候能够更快的找到新的工作。那么他们可以掌握的这些新技能呢，就包括易华人刚才所提到的数码化的这些技能。第三，我们要积极的鼓励我们的企业继续支持中年人士的就业。当然，如果有企业他们愿意为中年人士提供的这个培训机会之后， 他们也愿意聘请这些工人，政府会给他们提供津贴，这个津贴的数额高达12000元，希望他们能够留住这些中年人士。这个是我们可以做到的，也一定会做到的。
Thank you, Josephine. In the last 3 months or so, we have done many of these things, and the critical support of the job support scheme has been that lifeline for many businesses and a great help to workers. But even as we do all this, we know that ultimately the economy has to get back into gear. In the transition, there are challenges, and in these last 3 or 4 months, especially in the aviation and hotel industries, we have matched workers that are displaced into new jobs, into sectors that are still employing. If I can assure workers, in the last 3 months, we have successfully done about 11,000 job matches. And more importantly, we know that in the next 6 months to 12 months, job losses are inevitable. So the government, together with businesses and the unions, have come together under the leadership of SM Taman to set up the National Jobs Council. So these 3 things are going to be important: preserving the jobs, matching the jobs, and now, importantly, for the next 12 months, creating new jobs.
All that we do has to come back to jobs. Jobs for our workers that will allow our workers to have the confidence and dignity to face the future. Onward to the Yikang, who is also an alumni of NTUC.
Why we are doing all this is to really tackle a key issue, which is inequality. That it is becoming more and more challenging, not just for us, for all societies in the world, that it has become a more acute problem. And why is that so? I think you look at the 4G ministers, many of us come from humble backgrounds, but as we grew up, there's social mobility, and we do so much better than our parents. And this is not just us. Look around us, we will have so many friends, so many relatives that have gone through the same. And I think that ability to bring about social mobility and take people out of poverty has been one of our biggest accomplishments over the last 2 generations since we become independent. And it is unfinished business, unfinished business. It is more challenging today because as meritocracy progresses in the next generation, parents with the resources will have the ability to invest more in their children, and then privilege and positions, social position and status get entrenched. And that is a common problem across the world. So secondly, is as we move more and more people out of poverty, out of very low income, you find that whoever is left behind becomes harder and harder to help. It is absolutely imperative that we must have a broader concept of meritocracy. I cannot think of a better system than meritocracy. You can choose nepotism, kleptocracy, others tried communism, it didn't work. I think meritocracy still gives us the best chance to tackle inequality, but I think it requires a broader definition, not just academic meritocracy. That has to go. It has to be replaced by a broader, lifelong meritocracy of skills, which is why Skills Future strikes at the heart of this problem. If I may, let me pass the floor to Desmond.
Thanks, Yikang. In the early days, government provision of broad-based support in housing, in education, in healthcare, and creating job opportunities allowed many Singaporeans to flourish, to seize opportunities and to do well. And that's how many of our grandparents and parents rose out of poverty into a better life. And as Yikang rightly pointed out, over time, those who have worked hard, those who have the resources, they will do better. And the families that remain stuck at the bottom of society will face increasing difficulty improving their lot in life, And therefore, we have put in lots of resources in programs and in support that tilt in favor of the lower income, give more resources over and above the broad-based support that we provide for everybody. And so you have many schemes like Uplift, Kickstart, that invest a lot more in families that have less, and especially in families that face a lot of difficulty. Having said that, what we need to do in this next wave, in strengthening our social safety net and transforming it, is to enable families who are so beset by difficulties, addiction, offending behavior, mental health, family disputes, family violence, divorce, and so on. These families have so much difficulty that they can't even seize opportunities that you present right in front of them. And therefore, we need to establish communities of care through the SG Cares community network all across the island to ensure that the delivery of social services and support is much more integrated, is much more coordinated, weaves schemes and support from not just government, but from the community, from corporate CSR, so that we understand the needs of a family as a whole, have a sense of what the symptoms are and what the causes are, and better enable us to partner these families to overcome their disadvantages, so that meritocracy will enable them and their children to improve their lot in life.
But the whole notion of SG Cares really is about dealing with this. So what exactly is it we are asking all of us to do? Government has a lot of different programs, ideas, and so on. The VWOs, social service agencies are participating. But this is where we as citizens can play an incredibly important part. And I think we sometimes don't realize how important it is for us to step forward. What exactly is this all about? In any society, when we're focused on self, I think we're not going to go very far. But we all know that it's about love, compassion, empathy, and that's about caring for others. It's about being more other-centric. How do we move from just being focused on me to we, the community, where we are not just concerned about the present, but also concerned about the future? I think all of us have some sense that this is important, but the question is, what exactly do you do about it? But the wonderful thing is there are things we can do about it, and there are things that all of us can do about it. And this is where SG Cares come in. The whole notion of reaching out to care for others, donating money, donating time, committing our lives in the lives of others, that's where I believe change begins to happen. So this is where we are. Amidst COVID-19, in years to come, as we look back, we look at all the different challenges that we face around the world. But could this be a defining moment for us as we step up as one nation, as we step forward as one society? And not just about the success that we have on the healthcare front, but how we deal with the economic conditions and overcome it. But we as a people are brought together by a common purpose, a common destiny, a common spirit, and that's what's going to define us. And I think these qualities are going to ensure that we survive and thrive for many, many more years to come. And Grace, I think, will share with us how important it is for us to continue to remain united as one people. Grace.
谢谢，其实讲得不错，就是我们同僚们已经讲述了一套非常完整、全面、详细及具体的这些计划和策略。但是要实行这些策略的话，其实团结一心的这个社会是必须的条件。那如果大家放眼看天下，其实是不难看到，每一天的新闻都看到有民众冲突与警民流血事件等等，政府与人民之间关系破裂，人民与人民之间的关系破裂，在这个病情的影响下，一一出现在我们眼前。那新加坡呢，其实像是沙漠州的一个绿洲，我们团结一致、多元种族、多元宗教的社会，仍然是和谐共处。但是大家不要忘记，这样的和睦相处的这个社会情况，其实不是理所当然，而且也不是自然而得来的，是人民行动党的政府50多年不断的锲而不舍、沉淀累积、一步一脚印， 细心经营而得来的。这些社会的关系是什么？是政府与人民之间，我们有常年互信的这个关系，我们经历过许许多多风风雨雨，我们的关系受到考验，经历过考验之后，还是能够走过来。这一些信任是人民跟政府非常辛苦得来。我们人民与人民之间，种族与种族之间，宗教与宗教之间，也是这么经营过来的。这个关系不容易替代，这种互信的关系更加是非常难得。那政府将会继续的经营这个关系，我们希望得到各位的信任，各个族群之间要互信，我们才可以团结一致的肩并肩的走下去。请大家给我们的这样的一个委托。
We have one more speaker. Masagos will speak about another looming crisis that is in the very long term, which we do not have a vaccine, but notwithstanding, this is something we must start to tackle right now. And he will talk about sustainability. Mas.
Thank you, Ikang. As we all are facing an immediate danger in trying to overcome virus that we can't see, the dangers lurking at every places that we are, they are also there. But we also must not forget that climate change is an existential threat for Singapore. And because it is a long-term issue, I'm quite sure it is something that our youth are very concerned about. Scientists say that we probably will be about 1 meter higher of sea level than what we have today by the end of century. But add to that rain, heavy storm, and high tide. Many parts of Singapore will be inundated, damaged by heavy flood, which is why we have already put in a plan over the decades to spend $100 billion to fortify our coast, and in the process also to beautify it and make it functional. Now, in the meantime, we also must do our part as Singapore, in Singapore, also as Singaporeans, to contribute towards mitigating the climate change issue, which means that we have to do everything we can to reduce the amount of resources we use and the energy that we use in producing whatever we have. But in the whole process, we hope too that we learn that sustainability must be how we also make an important aspect of our lives, our jobs, and our future.
So I would like to invite Comrade Masagos to perhaps share some of his thoughts in Malay to the Malay community. Comrade Masagos, please.
Thank you. Saya merasa bangga menjadi sebahagian daripada masyarakat Melayu Islam di Singapura. Sebab itu, saya merasakan kita sebenarnya adalah masyarakat gemilang. Banyak sekali pencapaian masyarakat Melayu Islam yang kita harus memikirkan bagaimana kita telah bergerak daripada suatu situasi hingga kita berkembang kepada apa yang kita ada sekarang. Umpamanya, kalau kita lihat jadi kerjasama yang kita telah wujudkan, ia telah mencapaikan berbagai pencapaian, pendidikan, keluarga, dan juga belia kita. Semakin berpendidikan dan juga berdaya tahan. Baru-baru ini kita lihat juga bagaimana masyarakat bekerjasama supaya kita dapat sama-sama mengatasi masalah yang dihadapi Singapura dan juga masyarakat dalam program yang kita sebut SG Bersatu Teguh. Inilah semangat yang kita mau pupuk di antara masyarakat kita, bersatu dalam krisis, memahami bagaimana kita dapat dalam bekerjasama mengatasi masalah-masalah seperti kehilangan pekerjaan, memberi bantuan sementara, hingga kan sewaktu Ramadan kita menyampaikan 600,000 bekalan buka puasa kepada mereka yang memerlukan dan juga pekerja-pekerja di barisan depan. Inilah yang akan kita pikirkan dalam mengatasi COVID-19 setelah kita mengatasi krisis kesihatan dan sekarang harus mengatasi pula krisis ekonomi daripada masyarakat kita dan seluruh warga Singapura dari kehilangan pekerjaan.
Thank you very much, Comrade Masagos. And now I would like to invite Comrade Ishwaran to address us in Tamil, please. Comrade.
வணக்கம் சக சிங்கப்பூரர்களே கோவிட்-19 நம் வரலாற்றில் மிகப்பெரிய சவால். அது நம் வாழ்க்கை, நம் சமுதாயம், நம் வேலைகள், நம் பொருளியல் அனைத்தையும் பெரிய அளவில் பாதித்துள்ளது. மக்கள் செயல் கட்சி இந்த சவால்களை சமாளிக்க, நம் வாழ்க்கையை பாதுகாக்க, நம் வேலைகளை பாதுகாக்க, நம் எதிர்காலத்தை பாதுகாக்க அதன் திட்டங்களை மிக தெளிவாக எடுத்துரைத்துள்ளது. நம் மக்களின் சுகாதாரத்தை நாம் பாதுகாக்க வேண்டும். நம் ஊழியர்களுக்கு வேலை வாய்ப்புகளை நாம் உருவாக்க வேண்டும். நம் குடும்பங்களுக்கு நாம் ஆதரவு அளிக்க வேண்டும். இதை அனைத்தையும் செயல்படுத்த எங்களிடம் தரமான திட்டங்கள் இருக்கின்றது. அதே நேரத்தில் நாம் தொலைநோக்குடனும் செயல்பட வேண்டும். நம் பொருளியல் மீண்டும் மேம்பட வேண்டும். நம் சமுதாயம் வலுவாக இருக்க வேண்டும். நம் நகரம் மேம்படுத்த வேண்டும். இவை அனைத்தையும் சாதிக்க எங்களிடம் தொலைநோக்குடன் அமைக்கப்பட்ட திட்டங்கள் இருக்கின்றன. ஆனால் இந்த திட்டங்களை நாம் வெற்றிகரமாக செயல்படுத்த வேண்டும் என்றால் மக்களும் அரசாங்கமும் அணுக்கமாக செயலாற்ற வேண்டும். அதனால் நீங்கள் மக்கள் செயல் கட்சிக்கு உங்கள் ஆதரவை கொடுக்குமாறு நாங்கள் கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். நாம் மக்களும் அரசாங்கமும் மக்கள் செயல் கட்சியும் இணைந்து ஒரு ஒளிமயமான எதிர்காலத்தை நமக்கும் நம் குடும்பங்களுக்கும் நம் பிள்ளைகளுக்கும் உருவாக்குவோம்.
And now it's back to our panel 1 for our closing comments from 1ASG. Hey, please.
大家晚上好。我们现在正面对前所未有的危机，危机估计会持续一段时间才会有好转。我们现在面对的形势严峻，本届大选不像一般的选举，行动党的竞选宣言也和以往不同。目前，人们的生命、工作和我们的未来受到了很大的冲击。因此，人民行动党这次的大选的竞选宣言是：守护生命，保障工作，共创未来。我们将竭尽所能协助国人保住现有的工作，创造新的就业机会，让他们维持生计，并协助他们掌握新技能，面对新的挑战。我们会特别照顾那些40-50岁的国人，帮助他们就业或转换跑道。我们也会帮助那些即将开始工作的年轻人找工作。当然，我们也会继续照顾国人，帮助那些面临困难的家庭，共同雕造一个刚毅坚强的社会。行动党的竞选宣言是由第4代领导人通力合作完成的，总理和资深的部长也从旁提点，分享了他们克服种种危机的经验。新加坡的未来发展制定会更完善的计划。在这同时，第4代领导也通过群策群力、共创未来的行动，让政府和国人共同集思广益，为新加坡找出最理想的发展道路。My fellow Singaporeans, you have heard my teammates in 3 different rooms speaking as a team on a whole range of issues. Now, as Iswaran and all my teammates have pointed out, COVID-19 has forced a global pause and reset. This is a critical moment in the history of mankind. It is also a most critical moment in Singapore's history since our independence. How we navigate the profound uncertainties ahead will shape our future in very significant ways. We need a very clear agenda, and the clear agenda is in our manifesto on what we hope to do and what we plan to do in the next 5 years in order to set Singapore on the right path ahead. And beyond plans, what is most important is action. And this is what the People's Action Party has been about all these years. It is about taking action with our people, for our people. Now, in 2015, our people gave us a strong mandate. In 2020, I trust that our people will continue to give us a strong mandate so that we have a strong, capable, and united team that can take Singapore forward, that can work closely with fellow Singaporeans so that we can create a better future for ourselves, for our children.